So what we intended to show was one of our content packs, which we're calling right now Haunted Cornfield. And we will show it next week in the spirit of Halloween. Not only will we do that, but Mike will dress up in a costume while we do that Twitch.
Oh, wow. We got to do it on Tuesday, though. I don't want to be that guy that wears a costume after Halloween. Holy cow.
Actually, when is Halloween? It's Thursday.
I think it's Wednesday, isn't it? We don't even know what day it is here.
Yeah.
I mean, clearly.
Is that's normally the 31st, right?
Oh, yeah. So that is Thursday. Okay.
So maybe we'll have to do the Twitch in a costume to make up for the pizza debacle.
Oh man, I got to figure out a costume now. This is gonna.
All right. So Alex is very quickly filling in the world here with the biome brush, with our forest that is at daytime again. And you can see here one of the cool things about this is not only do the objects just come in, but there's some little like animal life and stuff like that that'll show up, little butterfly effects and stuff like that. So it really brings your world to life very quickly, and it's a very nice way to kind of like iterate, get everything in, and then sort of work backwards from there. Because at any point in time you can go into edit, and then you can just modify the tree and make it smaller or bigger or rotate it or spin it around or change its color or do anything you want to it. All right, so now we're walking around at night.
Hey, I have a shirt.
Now. Oh, that's better. Good.
Yeah.
The Deliverance horror game was not going well.
All right.
Okay, so do you have enough landscape to hide a cabin in the woods?
Squeal like a
You know
pig.
what I was thinking? Yeah, let's place our cabin.
Sounds good. You know what we didn't do? We didn't desaturate this time, did we?
I did actually.
Oh, you did, huh? Oh, yeah.
It's a little less saturated. Let's see. We kind of dropped ourselves in the middle. We could maybe push ourselves to one end.
I think we should do that.
And like we'll put this here for now. Move it because I think we might need a little more terrain.
Okay. So that house again is a good example of what we call an assembly, which is a collection of things glued together. It has brains in it that work, and you can see the smokestack is just generating smoke. And again, it's really easy. There's little windmill type of things, and the blades just automatically spin and stuff like that.
Let's start by this rock here.
I think you want to pull way further back. This is going to be too easy to get to the cabin in the woods. All right.
Make some more terrain.
Yeah, you can do that.
It's like we're on a little island here.
I think so.
Cabin on the Woods Island.
So let's see. Can you easily see? You can easily see.
Oh, it's not very scary.
We
No, I just gotta run over there and I'm safe.
Yeah, that's true. All right. So let's generate a little bit more land. Now, one of the things I did before the show is I created an assembly that we can drop into our world, and the assembly is essentially a series of modular scares. So if you think about something like, I harken back to some of my past, Eternal Darkness, we can make these creepy, fun, unexpected things happen, and because anything is programmable and it's very easy to do this type of stuff, you can just go ahead and trigger these scares and do all types of different code. Plateau is actually a good way to build it out flat.
That's exactly
So you can go ahead and like trigger these scares. So what I've done is I put an assembly into the world, and I've rigged it so we can toggle through 10 different scares, and at any time we can hit a button and trigger them. Now I want to warn people, because I know this has happened before and it's been ugly. These have audio. So
And we can't hear it.
Yeah, and we can't hear it. So
if it's loud and scary.
If it's loud, yeah, we're just giving you a heads up on that. So if you're in headphones and you're not ready for any loud audio and stuff like that.
In chat they're yelling, make the brush bigger, dude.
Yeah, I think that's about as big as it gets.
I'm at 1,000.
Yeah,
it's because you're scaled all the way out.
Yeah, I'm really zoomed out.
Yeah, well, it's actually much bigger than you realize sometimes when you go to this.
That's why, you can see the cabin, but...
And we can normally expand past the boundaries, but we actually have it off right here.
Oh, is that what's going on?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, so let's fill it in.
That should be good for now. You know what I'm also gonna...
Should we can we make the world darker?
Well, I was gonna do that. I'm also going to lower the water level a little bit, because I think part of that might be... Oh, no, I thought the water level was
No, I think you're good.
I think we're good.
So very easily you can go ahead and change the entire water level of the world. And you can change the brightness level.
I'm gonna reduce the
so you can go ahead
angle.
and do that.
Let's see, lengthen the shadows
Customize the
up.
look of the inventory screen. So we showed a sample inventory screen on a stream, I don't know, what was it, a few weeks ago, Mike? So they just used UI. They just used UI elements.
Me.
And they could choose from any one of the things that are there. So
that was awesome.
Any effect,
did you ever look at that before?
Any actual character and stuff like that, you can just display in screen space. So they were able to pick any of the UI elements in the game, and those are just the ones that I chose. There's a couple of default buttons and slots and stuff like that, and I think they use some of those. But you'll actually see in some of these modular scares, I threw some stuff up in the screen space. I actually used an effect and threw it up on the screen space. So you can do a bunch of different stuff when you're making your own UI. All right, I'm getting lost from this view. So let's see. Ah, here we go. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, check out those gun rays there.
Oh,
Look
wow.
at that.
The light is fading. We've got some. Oh, missed a spot.
Oh, man.
Oh, it's all part of the matrix breaking down.
All right, let's give ourselves
All
a
right.
torch.
All right, let's give ourselves a torch.
A little hard,
Good
getting a
idea.
little hard to see.
Cool. All right, so Alex is going to go ahead and jump into our prop gallery, and this is sort of our library of tools that are available. And since he knows what he wants, he's going to go ahead and use keyboard to search for Tortex for torch. And again, it's another great example of being able to combine controller with keyboard with mouse. It's super flexible, and you have people on the team who love using mouse for something, and people who love using keyboard for other things, and touch for certain things. And of course, you can make your own games back with them. All right, so you're going to throw in a torch. Now, the interesting thing about this torch, I'm pretty sure, is it's set to tumbling, I think, or
It is.
it's set to fall
Most
down.
of our, all of our equipable items are
Right.
set to kind of drop and roll around the world
Right.
with physics.
Oh, that's cool.
So go if you go into its brain, you just put the default torch down.
Yep.
You have all the stuff that allows it to be equipped, and then when you grab it, it's going to actually power itself
Its
on.
power turns on,
Okay.
yeah. And
So
we're
what would
gonna-
happen if I captured this brain and put it into a non-torch?
They would
Would it be
do the
torch-like?
Same thing, yeah.
That's kind of cool.
You
the cool
could
thing
equip-
is,
you could equip that object, and then it would turn on.
well, let's check out. Let's see what this does. I'm trying to. Let's see. I've made it so dark I can't see where our hero is anymore.
You might want to go back to day until we're
That's
done.
what I'm thinking as well.
The
Don't create in the dark.
the
There we go.
difficulty score on that's too high when you're editing in nighttime.
All right, so I got my torch.
And one of the cool things about controllers, you can hit left trigger, and that'll actually snap the object down to the ground really
Yep.
quickly. So it's really nice to be able to just put things into the world quick.
So I'm gonna drop this torch out here, and let's go find our hero
Okay.
using the find.
Whoa. So power on in this context is going to mean what? It's built into the object. What power on does for that object, correct?
Exactly.
So this torch is going to do what when it powers on?
There we go. There's our torch. Let's find out.
Okay. People want us to create in the dark.
Oh, that's a good question, Nick Rolls.
Actually, people were saying that they were created in the dark, but I think that's too much
So
information.
Nick Rolls said that we've seen and showed in other streams that you could create automatically in using the, you can create terrain, you can paint,
Yeah.
right? He was asking if you could do the opposite, unpaint, and he's like, it would be kind of cool, that whole matrix breaking down sort of thing, if you
Yeah.
want to create a level like that.
Yeah, so do you just swap out the material for our erase material, and you could essentially unpaint?
Yeah, that's
over
kind of
stuff,
cool.
yeah.
Yep. You can
All right, so we got
That's
our
a good
torch,
idea.
but that wasn't emitting a strong light. Do we
Right.
want to do something?
So yeah, we're
Okay.
let's. So now that I've turned the lights on and we know where we are, let's go back to our nighttime. And let's.
Well, why don't we leave the brightness up, and then we can turn it down when we actually want to play?
Oh, we're gonna want to see
All
this
right, all
though.
right, you got it.
Hey,
So.
backseat design.
So one thing
Which
really
one to
quickly,
see?
when you pick up the torch, the power turns on, and you can see in this case the power turning on makes the flames appear at the end of
Right.
the torch.
Right.
It doesn't actually give it a light source.
But it doesn't actually give it a light source. So what we are going to do is we are going to go in here.
For anyone that's seen some of the older builds, they might be noticing that the UI menu is sparkling and some of the things are faded out. That's actually one of the things we're working on for beta, is that the first time you click a button or an icon, it actually gives you some contextual information about it, so people can see all the modes and the descriptions and things like that. And this is one of the works in progress.
Hey, people want to know where that squirrel came from.
It came from the biome.
So yeah,
And
when you
his
put,
mommy.
when you put down biomes, like they'll have creatures. Is there a certain height that will determine whether or not a creature is in?
I think when you use the bigger brush, you get the bigger trees, so you have more of a chance of the logs spawning, and I think
Yeah.
it's the log that's connected to the squirrel.
Yep.
So there you go.
Pretty sure. So I just dropped a light into the world, and we're going to go in and modify a few of the properties. So we're going to increase the range so that it illuminates a bigger area.
That's huge. Yes.
It's going to get a little darker here. We can make it flicker.
And you can change its color, which is sick.
And
you can actually do
that's-
like black light.
Yeah, the reason I might have made it a little too wide
Strong,
range, but the
yeah.
reason I did that is because typically when you increase the color, it gets a little darker naturally. We'll take a look and see what that's like, and then we can adjust. So the other thing we're going to do is we are going to attach it to our torch.
And don't be deceived when you get this at home. The attach and the power labels are mixed up right now as above. So you went to the right one.
Yes. Oh, right. Yeah. No,
But
that's
the text
that's
is actually messed
that's a
up.
bit of an issue.
So
So you're
cool
saying
thing-
that'll be fixed in
Yeah,
beta?
I hope so.
All right.
So the cool thing is that like where you attach it, it's going to stay on that object. So even when the character like puts in its hand, it's going to still anchor the light right to that spot. So there we go. Well, that's cool.
Oh, nice.
That is very cool. And there's
Jumping
the
around.
squirrel.
He's jumping around. He doesn't like the light.
I saw that. He tried to
Oh, he
kill
took
the
a
squirrel.
swipe at
They
it.
don't
Swipe
take
at him.
kindly to killing the squirrel in the chat.
True. Well,
All right,
sorry.
so any good horror game sort of needs a stalker or a Jason or a Freddy Krueger or something. So how about we build an alternate world where you go to sleep and then it stalks you in your dreams? No? Okay.
no, I kind of like that.
Yeah.
Maybe not today.
But let's build some kind of a stalker. And it's funny because I don't know how many people have played it, but one of my favorite ones, a lot of people say Slender Man. Slender Man is sort of the new stalker.
Yeah, Drummer Boy just said Slender Man,
I loved
yeah.
Clock Tower. Like, do you remember the giant scissor hand guy in Clock Tower? Man, that was some scary stuff. But let's see if we can build a stalker or something. Does that sound cool?
Let's do a stalker.
All right.
I'm gonna grab our little goblin guy, and for now we'll stick him here so we can edit him near our hero. Let's go into his character editor.
Okay. So this is some stuff that's still work in progress. We haven't shown a ton of this, but we've shown coloring things and objects and stuff before. One of the things we've been working on is making it a lot easier, faster, and simpler to be able to do all these customization things to our character. So this is what we're calling our character studio. And Alex is just going to go in here to the body, change the skin. The eyes are already pretty creepy.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with like a bright red, make the teeth and stuff bright
Nice.
white so that they kind of stand out.
That's pretty creepy already, actually.
I know it
goes
is kind of
black.
creepy.
Well, our wall
Oops.
is coming down.
Let's
I think it makes the stream more authentic if we have all things falling down around
Yeah,
us.
And
just
the
kinda
pizza people come
in
in
the background.
Without any
for a couple
pizza.
minutes. That's true.
They come in and tell us what pizza will be here Tuesday. I mean, that's
All
just
right.
Oh no. Oh
Ooh.
boy. That's looking pretty creepy.
Does it
You know
move
what's
like-
cool is the claws, they're not
Yeah,
working.
they kind of have that kind of glowiness on them.
That could bring some nightmares.
So we have our nightmare creature. All right. And let's just see what
Give him a
happens.
mask. Who needs a mask when you get a face like that? Holy cow.
He should have a default brain on him. So yep,
He's a little slow.
he's a little slow.
Pretty scary though. That's pretty cool. It's cool how the background is blooming there.
Yeah, I know. I love that.
Yeah.
Kind of drifting through the trees and stuff.
All right. So what
Okay.
can we do here?
So there's a couple things. We need to figure out when we want him to appear in the level. And since this is, sort of a horror game, it kind of seems like maybe he should appear in a place where you're not actually looking.
Okay. So can we do the monster closet appear behind you stuff?
Yeah, we totally can.
Okay.
What we're going to do, so I'm going to do something that is called making a template, where I'm going to go into his properties and I'm going to set this property here to true, and it's going to make him glow purple. And that just means, so if I run the game now, he's not in the level anymore. And the reason is it's kind of like he's a cookie cutter now. I can use him to create copies around the level. And the reason I'm going to do that is that we want to define when we spawn him into the world in our hero's brain.
So, breaking some of the magic, it won't be just one stalker. There'll be this carbon copy of him.
Exactly.
And we've shown this before with things like shooting or throwing. So, making it a template also allows it basically allows the thing to spawn multiple times. So, if you had done something like shoot goblin, which you can do in our game, it's not pretty. We've done it out of barrels when it was a little bit prettier. It would just throw the one goblin, but if you make it a template, you can just infinitely shoot that goblin. And something you're noticing here is the team code. We showed this and announced this yesterday, but you can actually assign teams to people, so you can have a team of goblins versus a
We
team
accidentally
of humans.
showed and announced this
No,
yesterday.
well, we
stumbled
rolled with
upon it.
We rolled with it.
We
pretty
did. It was
well,
pretty
and
good. You guys didn't know.
And there we go. So then we have teams. That was a big deal. Okay.
That was great.
All right, let's let Alex work his magic.
All right, so for now, I'm just gonna put this on, rig this to a button press, just so we can test it out.
Okay.
We'll figure out what kind of like spawn condition we want in a little bit. But for now, I just want a way so I can spawn one of these guys into the level. And so what I'm gonna do is we're gonna go create, and we're gonna do in world picker, and we're actually going to select our templated object. So create Goblin Bruiser, and we want to create him behind the camera. So we're going to say at position.
But if you did nothing, it would work. It
Yes.
would create a
I
default
could just-
location that just works.
Just leave it at create Goblin Bruiser, and it would spawn him into the world when I push the button. But what we're going to do is we're going to go into the camera folder, and we're going to go camera position.
Okay.
So this is the position of the camera that's looking at your character in the world.
Right.
And what we're then going to do, we're going to go math. We're going to go minus camera forward. So camera forward is the way the camera's looking. So I want it to go behind the camera, so I'm going to subtract instead of add from that along that direction.
Now, another thing that's interesting is I've done something similar when I was spawning some enemies in real monster closets in my sort of first-person shooter.
In real life.
Doom. In real life, yeah, actually Thursday at the parking lot. It was okay. They didn't detain me long at the police station. It was pretty easy to get bail. But I actually did it a slightly different way, and that's one of the things about the visual programming languages. Sometimes there are different ways to sort of achieve the same result, and this is definitely one of the ways to do it. But sometimes there's different ways to do it, and experimenting and coming up with your own ways and
Many
shortcuts.
ways to skin a squirrel.
Right, like Brad, our lead designer, makes it like a name that tuned in reverse game of how few tiles can I use to do something.
Oh, it's a lot of fun.
And he'll do lots of
It's
stuff.
like his
cool
game
different ways.
within the game
That's
that he
true.
likes to play.
All right, so we've got a bad guy who's going to spawn behind you
So nobody's in sight.
on the Y button.
I am going to press the Y button. I just pressed it.
Okay.
And let's take a look behind us. Oh!
Whoa!
That is scary.
So, and right now I'm pretty sure if I just keep hitting the Y button as I turn the camera.
Whoa!
Oh no, that is.
I'm surrounded.
Did you ever play Condemned?
Yes.
The mannequin
Yeah.
scene where the mannequins
Yeah,
are around
oh,
you?
that's
Oh
nice.
my god.
There's something deeply unsettling about things happening outside of your
Yeah.
field of
Right,
vision.
that is really true.
So could we do something cool like I guess maybe change the music or put on a different sound or something when he shows up behind you?
Yeah, let's actually rig some audio to him.
Okay.
So that when he's let's go into his brain.
Cool. So we haven't shown a lot of assigning the music or a sound effect to an event. So this will be cool.
All you do is it's also create and do you want to do sound or music?
We should probably
whatever will
just
work.
do sound.
I don't know if we have any creepy music in
The
right
problem
now.
with music though is it's pretty loud. I don't know if they'll be able to hear
Right,
us over
right.
it.
So let's just do sound.
Yeah.
Yeah, and because we didn't get the new assets that we wanted to, I don't think we have all the.
Yeah, we have
So I don't
sounds
know
we're
if
gonna
all the
use.
scares that I put in earlier are going to work.
Well, you guys will have to tell us if it works, if you hear
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, so you're missing.
This might be hard.
You're missing all the sounds.
Well, you could just listen to it, but we can't even hear it.
Right,
so.
no, we can't hear it here.
Okay.
All right, so we'll skip the sound part.
This will be.
This is one of those
Oops.
without net.
This is like one of those black and
We don't
white
know what's gonna
Nostradamus
happen.
films
Yeah.
that.
We can
The
just
The Nosferatu.
Yeah.
All right, so let's just go without it.
have to go. Keep
My
going.
bad.
Happens.
Somebody broke sound. Get that one.
Somebody broke sound.
Cool. Well, so now we have a way to bring the enemy
Okay.
into the world. We could do one or two things. We could come up with a better, because right now it's hooked up to a button press,
Right.
so we probably want a better condition for when he spawns behind us.
Can we have him just randomly show up?
We could.
Okay, and can we make sure he can? So one of the things, he's not seeing you well.
That's true. Let's check out his
So
brain.
he's sort
real
of like
quick.
a tremor right now. He can't see you, but he can only hear you or something.
Because we want to check out and see. Enemy's nearest object.
I think we just probably want to pump his sensor, right?
Well, I'm just checking to make sure
He's
we're
using
using
the
a
sensor,
sensor as sort of the after distance to target less than 10, move toward target.
Okay.
So we could probably just change this number.
Can you go back to Target? I don't think we've shown that yet. You go to
This one?
or just anything, yeah. Can you talk about that? We haven't. I don't think we've seen that yet.
So yeah, you can go ahead.
well, just what's popping up on the screen there. That's new.
Okay. Well, two things. So first of all, target is it is an object variable. So you were able to do something like assign an enemy or this goblin or whatever you wanted to as a target, and then you could call that thing or that batch of things.
But
the
the
variable.
preview-
But the preview is actually telling you, because target in this instance refers to something that's in the world. It's referring to an in-world object. It's actually showing up this little preview window to tell you what it's
That
called.
is super cool.
Yeah.
I can't believe we
Really is.
haven't.
Yeah,
I didn't
awesome.
know about
Yeah.
this, guys. That's great. I need to play the game more apparently.
Well, Mike is making his big opus. which he said it was going to rival Mass Effect 7.
Oh, yeah.
So,
It'll probably be done just in time.
all right. So, where do we want to go?
So we could either tweak this, or we could write our own simple logic that uses the vision
It's up
sensor.
to you.
Let's check out the vision sensor.
Okay, let's do it.
That sound good?
All right.
I'm actually
So I'm
going
going to
to
delete this.
I'm going to nuke everything there. Okay, so let's go when C. And I'm just going to go with player.
Okay.
Move toward hit. And so C uses something that's called the vision sensor.
So he's a little slow. Can we make him faster?
What? You don't want somebody who's fast in a horror movie.
Haven't you seen 28 Days Later?
Oh, well.
That's fair. Yeah, we can tweak his
modern
movement speed. His ground speed right now is 3.4.
So, well, what happens is when you scale them up, they get slower than their base. So you got to speed them up to compensate.
Yep. Let's try.
So I'm not sort of asking for him to be faster. I'm asking for him to be back to where he was.
So I'm going to go into sensors real quick here, and I'm going to show the vision sensor.
So you saw there was 3 different types of sensor. We have a detect, which is sort of a circular cone, circular sphere. We have the C, which is sort of this this arc, right? So you can do things like sneak up behind him and he can't see you because he's only looking in the front. And then we have a trigger zone, which is cool because then you can just put that exactly where you want. It can be a tiny little square around him. It can be something really far that he carries with him. But you've got 3 different sensors, and you can call events off of any one of those or any combination of them.
Right. So this is sort of like his cone of vision. When
Right.
I'm inside of it, he
So
should.
this is where Sam can sneak right behind. 'Cause he can't
Exactly.
see.
Yeah, this is how you essentially make a stealth game. So I'm outside of his cone of vision,
Right.
so he can't see me. So we'll probably want to, increase the length of that. And then he lumbers towards me, and yeah, maybe he's a little too slow still, because when I get far enough away, he stops.
Right. That's not too slow.
It's not so scary yet.
Well, unless you didn't know.
Let's see here. Follow this chain up. Oh no. I'm looking for the little handle.
You might
that will let
find
me...
it with mouse better.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, controller's got a bug on it. Oh, there you go.
Ah, that's the tree.
The spoon killer. I think it's a spoon killer. I'm looking.
There's a spoon killer?
Yeah, I was just talking about this internet thing that I saw years ago where it's all done like a horror movie clip, and it was about this guy slowly being chased by this dude with a spoon, and he would come to him and go, bap, bap.
Oh, it is
And it
up
just
there.
went on about this guy just panicking, and he's calling the police, and no
My
one
friend was
believes
telling me the
him.
other day about a movie with a tire that tries to kill you called Rubber or something.
Oh
like
yeah,
that.
I've heard about that.
I don't know. Mako Wolf thinks he knows the name. It doesn't sound very friendly. Somebody's giving you YouTube links. I don't know. That's probably like a chat line or something.
Oh, that's Mark.
All right. So
He's always
you're
looking-
trying to manipulate his vision, so now he can see you further.
Yep. You can see us from
So-
much further away.
So what are some cool ideas or mechanics that we can do, like to escape this guy or something?
Right. So one thing we were kind of playing with this idea of he appears in the place where you're not looking and you turn around. Oh my God, he's there. We could play around with an idea where sort of you can close your eyes
That's cool.
and sort of like you close your eyes and like maybe if you keep them closed long enough and he doesn't get you when you open them, he's gone away.
Okay. The old hiding in the
The whole-
closet, looking out the
Right.
slot on the
The
blind.
hide and seek. Like if you can't see it, it doesn't exist.
But
sort of
Halloween
idea.
had one of those good scenes, right, where she's hiding in the closet with a coat hanger. So it's those classic horror movie tropes.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
Yeah, let's see if we can throw something like that together.
Sure.
So we're going to make this guy go away by just pretending he doesn't exist. So I'm going to go into the hero brain. I'm going to create a new line. And let's make this... I'm just going to make it on the right trigger here. So as long as I'm holding down the right trigger, we want my eyes to be closed.
Okay.
And sort of, we know that, and we're going to have to detect when I've had my eyes closed long enough.
Okay.
So that's sort of like the things we want to keep in mind as we're going into this. So the first thing we're going to do is just make the screen black. So when right trigger, we are going to go into interface.
Soul 138 would like this to carry over to real life, so he could so he could pretend people away all the time. I'd like to do that on lines. Aw, see, Mike is calling me out.
Usually you don't do
Hey,
that.
it is 4:30. I can go.
Look, Henry just disappeared. Usually I get away with a lot of things like that. You never catch it. I knew I was going to get caught that time. I knew it.
No, I was reading that time.
Yeah, I thought I could get away with it. Thought I could sneak it in.
All right, so when we hold the right trigger, we're going to fade the screen to black. And we are also going to increase a variable that I'm going to create.
Okay, so this is so you can tell him that this is happening.
So we're gonna.
Right. So you're kind of relaying this information to the goblin brain too.
So blink duration.
So this is how long I've been essentially had my eyes shut for. So blink duration equals blink duration plus 1. And there's one more thing we have to do here, and that is, so as long as I hold the right trigger, that variable is going to be increased by 1, but when I let go of the trigger, when the trigger's not being held, we want to make sure that we reset that to 0. Otherwise, the duration's just going to increase forever.
Right, just incrementally forever. Right.
So I'm going to throw in.
And the cool thing is now that you
style.
have this number variable, you could do things like make a meter or an on-screen numerical display. You could do lots of different things to show it. So what we could do, if we really wanted to, is we could hook this almost to like a meter that's like a fear meter or something like that. And the longer you close your eyes, maybe the slower it goes, or maybe the faster it goes. And then we could trigger things off of the fear meter or something. So you can do lots of stuff once you have like a variable that grows in the game.
Yeah, it's just super useful to be able to detect like how long something, elapsed time.
So also explain to people, when you indent a line, that makes it a child rule. So that means it's going to fire after the line above it fires. And Alex here added else. We haven't used else very often. So maybe you can explain else.
Yeah, so essentially what this line says is when the right trigger is held down, we're going to fade out, and we're going to increase our blink duration variable for as long as the right trigger is being held. Otherwise, so if the right trigger is not being held, we're going to set blink duration just to 0.
Yep.
So real quick, let's just pop out and let's just make sure that works. If I hold the right trigger.
Whoa. Wow. That's cool.
Yeah, so kind of a cool little blink. And maybe this would, work better in first person. We're going to keep it, I think third person for this, but a first person horror game where you can control, like, if your eyes are open,
now I know
close.
Everybody was saying don't blink. Now I know. There you go.
Yeah. We have any Doctor Who fans?
That's right. Eternal Darkness. Woo!
Okay, so what we're going to do now is I'm going to pop into the Goblin Brain. So this guy needs to know how long our character's been blinking for. And if we've had our eyes shut for long enough, he's going to destroy himself.
Wow.
So you did build that sort of dream guy.
That is very cool.
Right? It's sort of the dream world. You want to sort of go to sleep, make him go away. The opposite of normal, but
yeah. So the variable I just created a variable on the hero character. So I have to
call that
character, and then I can go into values, number.
Right. And once you've done that, it's actually
duration.
really easy. You can just copy it again from here, so you don't really have to do that multiple times.
Exactly.
But if you do create a variable in something, which is why very often we use logic cubes to house a lot of behavior, you can go to one spot, that thing's always firing and stuff like that. All right.
Exactly. So when my hero's blink duration math comparisons is greater than. And so essentially what's happening is it's increasing once every single frame.
Right. So we're going to need to make this number like 100 or something.
Yeah, it depends on how many seconds we want to go with. Are we doing, let's try 100. Might be a little high. I'm going to try 50 and see how that feels. We might need to increase it a little bit.
And then what are we going to tell him to do after that?
So that's the easy part.
Okay.
Destroy me.
Okay. All right.
So let's see how this goes. So first I need an enemy. So I'll look away and hit the Y button.
Okay.
And I'll look back and oh my god. And then I'm gonna hold the right trigger.
Oh, cool.
And he went away.
He went away. That's cool.
That's cool.
So, those are like building blocks, obviously, to make this sort of... let's turn the lights off and see...
All right. Well, let's
Actually, yeah, we need a condition.
to on when the guy triggers.
When the guy
I think we
triggers.
should make him just random.
Just after
Yeah.
a random amount of time.
Yeah.
All right, let's
make
do
him
it.
random, and then maybe we can do something where if he hits you, like he kills you or something.
Yeah.
So you've got to constantly be looking around. Is he behind
Yeah.
you? And then maybe we can do something really quick, like put a bunch of bear traps on the way to the cabin.
Yeah, he's a trapper.
So, well, no,
Clearly,
like, yeah, wait.
Oh, the guy who lives in the
Well, I
cabin?
mean, we've
Yeah.
got bear trap objects, right? So maybe
Oh,
like
sure.
as you're walking through the woods, you got to avoid these bear traps. So you're running and you're looking for the bear traps, looking for the bad guys. And
Create a
they
nice
close their
tension
eyes.
between
Yeah,
where
yeah.
you're moving, but the camera has to be looking in a
Right,
different
yeah.
direction.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, you gotta
Yeah,
look
no,
both
that
ways.
creates that sort of
Right.
yeah.
Totally. Which
I'll-
again, which is cool. I really like that because that is the type of thing where horror movies do such a good job with scares and pacing and stuff off screen. Like this is something only a game could do because you
Right.
have control over the view.
Exactly.
So that's
You're
cool.
trying to
I like
focus
that.
on multiple areas, right?
Yeah. So if we want this to be kind of a random amount of time that passes, we're going to need to do another variable actually. So let's see here, new number variable. So I'm just going to call this, S. I'm going to call this spawn delay.
Can you make only certain parts of an enemy have hit detection? It's not super simple. So one of the things that we talked about was there's a lot of things that we call sort of ready-made or quick create, where there's a nice button or there's something very easy to do. What you probably want to do is make the enemy not take its normal hits, but actually attach like logic cubes to the enemy, make them invisible, and then make it so you had to hit that location, which would then be hitting the logic cube. So if you want to do something like, say, a headshot, you could put a logic cube over the head, and then when you actually hit the logic cube, you could do something like, do extra damage because it's a headshot and stuff like that.
Now, one of the levels we didn't show was called Jag Tiger, and I think I showed it to you offline.
Yeah, that
You
was
didn't get a chance-
the tank thing. or
Yeah,
something?
so
Right.
we didn't get a chance to go into it, but if you went into the logic cubes, he actually had 42 pages. Each of those little rocks it was basically a tank that you shot at a rock, and you had to like line it up and do it.
Yeah.
Each of those rocks had individual like sort of blocks in them, like countless ones.
Right.
So it would show where it hit, and that's how he showed that
That's pretty
targeting
sweet.
thing.
That's pretty
And so
sweet.
if you did something like that, you could do that as well, so you would know.
That's cool. You could probably do stuff around the ray casting because it would return direct location too. We leave ray casting to Claude Raycaster.
Yeah,
alone.
my God.
All right, so Alex is firing variables away here.
And we can tweak these numbers. What I'm doing is we're counting down. It's a countdown timer for the length of whatever's on our spawn delay variable.
Okay.
And every time we hit the end of our countdown timer, we're going to spawn a new Goblin Bruiser, and we're also going to set our spawn delay to a random number between 10 and 40.
So you're randomizing when he comes back.
Exactly.
Basically, okay. Cool.
So Vedian wants to point something out. He says that you should set the monster to spawn a random amount of time after your eyes are open, and make sure that he respawns after he's destroyed. Otherwise, he's
Yes,
worried.
I was just going to say there's a
see?
flaw in the plan, and that is we could accidentally
Good call,
spawn
Betty.
multiple. No, they're
step
on the
ahead.
ball.
Look at that.
That's good.
Yeah, I was just starting to think
Alright.
about like how are we going to fix that. Because, no, it's totally an issue. As right now we could end up. This is just going to keep going. So actually,
anchor back your blink variable and give it a different condition instead of greater than, maybe less than that number, and then say this line is only valid in less than.
we could also check and see if blink duration is greater than 0.
That could do, right? But that would mean you
No,
blinked it all
actually-
now. That's what I'm saying. You want to
Yeah,
flip
yeah.
it. You want to do the less than the number you were doing before, and then only have impossible to spawn if your eyes are open. Right. So yeah,
Correct.
actually, you could use 0.
That would mostly work. The only issue is that like when you because when you release the key it equals 0.
Right.
And then
it resets again. So you should be able to just key it off of that.
yeah, let's do that.
Cool. Okay, so we still have my modular scares we can drop in. Unfortunately, they won't be as effective because they don't have some of the assets we needed from the other pack that we were going to show. But
Well,
we can
you
throw
know,
it in.
Just
It's
adds
cool.
to the surprise.
It's
doesn't
cool.
it?
It's still fun. So we can throw some of those in, and then we can do some of the bear traps and see if we can get to the cabin. But when this guy hits you, he's got to kill you.
That's true.
You want him to just
Do we want him to attack, or do we want it to just be like he touches you and he just like,
touches you
sucks
and
you
die.
into? Yeah, you
Something
just
cool.
get
Yeah,
like.
it's got to be,
Yeah, we can do something cool with that.
and then like chop, chop, chop kind of thing or something. No.
Totally. What we're gonna do? Oh, right. We were going to add a child line.
Right, for the blink duration.
I don't think we want to do it, but Make Wolf was just saying you should make it so you couldn't blink while you're looking at them, so you'd have to look away and then blink. That would be very clever. I like that.
I like that idea too. Yeah, there's a ton you can do with this. Yeah.
And that's what's cool about it, right? Like you just think about, oh, wait, you could do this, and
Yeah,
you
you do
can.
that probably pretty easily by saying not detect, not see. Goblin.
Yeah, you would use you could use. Well, actually, you have to use like the cameras. Because we're third
Camera
person.
viewpoint, right.
So that's
Right.
actually a really good argument for
Right.
making this first person, because
Right.
if this is first person,
Then it would be
you
exactly
could
what you
use
see,
the
yeah.
player's vision sensor
Right.
to do a lot of really cool stuff, like know when you're not looking at a certain thing. We have a third person camera, so it's a little trickier.
Right. Well, you could draw a debug from the camera and.
Yeah, but you could do it. It'd just be
Yep.
not quite as easy. Wow, I lost my.
So you wanted to make sure that when your eyes were closed, he wasn't going to respawn. So you do your blink.
Yes. So actually, the way I would do that, and there's a slight issue with
Guys
this.
do this in less than 30 minutes. That was the pizza guys. They were trying to do stuff in less than 30 minutes.
Pizza guys, just
Well, we are starting to run late, so we do have to start to speed up.
It's true.
Yeah, I don't think I have any more meetings. It is Friday though.
So let's see.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to add another condition for spawning.
Alex has game guides to build.
Yeah, that's true.
All right,
Alex
So
really
don't
good
go away.
at demoing this stuff. He's
All
got
right.
an app
So
for it.
when blink duration, our comparisons, is equal to 0.
Right, and then so let's you just
Yeah.
hit the
So
condition.
so essentially, there's a slight technically. If we I think because we set this when we put our that'll actually work.
that'll work.
Yeah, that'll work.
I think it's good.
So as
All
long
right.
as our eyes are open, this guy's not going
Right,
to spawn.
and then let's have him pwn us.
Yes, let's do it. Okay. So let's go into the brain. We just said touch, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so when bump, player. For now, let's just
Kill him.
kill.
And yeah, you need player. I think.
I think it will work.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You just gotta tell what though. Yep.
Yep.
Okay, so let's see what we got.
Oops, sorry, I was checking email. Well,
Whoa. He's facing backwards though.
Oh, hey.
he didn't even know you were there. He's scared too. This is his nightmare.
He's gotta be faster. Oh!
Whoa.
Well, that killed you.
Yep.
All right.
I'm dead.
That's cool. We gotta make him faster though.
We do. Well, let's do that real quick. I agree. Let's try. What do you think? 6.
I think so. All right, so let's try and get to the cabin and get our game going, and let's just throw some. Can we throw some random bear traps in from the prop gallery?
I would love nothing more.
So these will just work when you put them down, right? They'll fire when you get near.
Yeah,
and
they should have a
hurt you?
default brain on them that will.
All right,
which
you can't watch because you're gonna play.
Oh, I
So
see.
you can't watch where you
Alright.
are.
Close your eyes, make it disappear.
Well, here, I'll just
That's right.
be back in a sec.
There you go.
Where is the cabin? I gotta make sure I get a good path onto the cabin. There's gonna be a lot of these. It's gonna be a
So
world
the
full of
story
bear
is,
traps.
right, you're lost in the woods, and you know there's this hunting lodge somewhere. But the problem is it was hunted by this, by this old, like...
And the hunting lodge has cable, so you really want to get there.
Right. It has cable, and it has internet connection, too.
Yeah, it's true.
But that's cool, because you wouldn't need it for Project Spark, because you can play offline.
Yes,
So,
you can.
yeah.
As we announced earlier. All right. I just didn't want you to know.
So you got to watch out for the bear traps at the old hunter that used to live there.
Meticulously, level designingly placed.
Yeah, in about 22 seconds.
Yes, it's perfect.
Well, he just knows from years of experience
That's right.
those
Where
woods.
the bear trap should be.
Yeah.
I may or may not have put multiple ones in the same pathway, so good luck getting through that, but let's see.
Okay.
All right. So now somebody's going to randomly spawn.
Oh, they actually show up really
yeah.
easily.
Because
It's
you
like,
got your...
nope, there's a bear trap.
Well, bears don't have as good of
You
eyesight
still gotta
as
walk around.
or torches like
you
you
got to
do.
keep your eye. I think this guy needs to spawn more.
I think he does too. I was wondering that when I.
I think he needs to spawn a little more frequently.
You know what I wonder? I wonder if he spawned back there and we're not in his vision sensor.
Right.
And so he should probably just go towards us no matter what.
Okay. Whoa.
I want to know if you can make it a little darker.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking that too. Actually, we can do that.
So let's fix our guy. And before we make it darker, do you want to drop in my assembly with some of the
Oh,
scare?
there he is. Yeah, he's stuck behind a tree.
Because
That is less
he's
scary.
so big.
And because we're using the vision sensor, I can just stand right behind him.
Oh, just
you touched him.
I touched him, yep.
It's like those
I-
big
I-
foot
Alright, so
commercials.
let's just make him relentless. Like, he's got to be Jason.
He's got to be Jason. I agree. Oh, he's a good landmark. He's all purple. All right, let's hop into his brain. So let's just
Let's just have him relentlessly come after you.
yeah. I think
Yeah,
let's just do
let's
that.
do it, yeah.
Why not?
Okay. You want to throw in our modular scares?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. So you're gonna have to take a line from the player's brain in the assembly and put it on your brain.
Oh right, because I used
But
that.
that should be fine. Yeah, because you don't want to redo your character. So it's just called scare.
Scare. All right.
Okay. So this again is something I made pretty. Oh, they wiped it when they moved stuff over to try and do the other thing.
Oh, you want to add it real quick?
Yeah, let's go at it real quick.
Once
Although we're
again-
gonna have to reboot, aren't we?
No. Well, save this up.
Yeah,
Well,
let's save this out.
Well, let's make sure we can save it.
Okay. Let's save it out and then let's add it back in. Or we can save. Why don't we save it for the next stream?
You want to save it for the next
Save it for the
stream?
next stream because then we'll have all the sounds.
Okay. So we're gonna
Let's just
save
it for the
that.
next stream.
Okay.
All right, so let's go see our relentless killer here with the bear traps on the way to the cabin. You know what? Wait a minute. What if that torch flickered out every now and then, so you couldn't see those bear traps so easily?
Oh, see here.
That would be devious.
Yeah.
I sure like that idea. All right.
So we'll save the scares and the haunted cornfield pack for Halloween, or a Twitch near Halloween. Sound good?
Okay. Yeah. That apparently I have to dress up with, and the costume has to include some sort of hat, some sort of unusual hat. That's
Yeah.
what the chat says. So you're gonna
And
dress
then-
up too, though.
And then everybody wants to be super dark. When I was a kid, my mom made me a Pac-Man outfit. And it was this giant Pac-Man outfit. My arms are out the side. And it was amazing until I went up the stairs and tried to turn around and I got stuck in the stairs because the giant Pac-Man didn't work.
That's
It was an
awesome.
amazing outfit though.
All right. So what I'm doing really quickly here is just to save ourselves a bit of work. Is I'm copying and pasting a chunk of code. Because the torch, we said we wanted to turn the power off essentially.
Right.
There's something we have to do if we want the light to turn off when we power off the torch.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to have to hook up power through cabling.
Right. Or you can just go straight to the power on the light. Because the light hasn't burned.
We could, but we want the torch, the flame to also disappear.
That's true, right,
And that's
yeah,
already
you're
driven
right,
by power,
you're
so
right,
it's
you're right.
probably okay. So let's see here.
So Drummer Boy says he works at Target, and whenever anybody asks about consoles, he talks up Project Spark. He's always fronting Project Spark.
Great.
I used to do that back in the, you go to the, one of those game stores, and I'd find whatever product that I'd recently done and front all the boxes. They eventually kicked me out, so that didn't really work out so well. But anyways. Yeah, when the beta comes out, because there's no NDA, you guys are going to be able to overdose on Project Spark streams. And I'm going to see about maybe setting up a Project Spark community stream, and then some of the, our alpha testers and other people that, are really good streamers. Maybe we'll give you guys like access to that, and we can just have almost a 24-hour schedule of this channel you can go and see Spark stuff. I think that would be awesome.
So somebody's asking, RT, we are currently not announced for RT. There's some minimum specs floating around that I know Mike posted a little while ago.
Well, and the problem is RT isn't really Win 8, right? Isn't that the issue?
Well, I
something
mean,
like that?
it's a different sort of like requirement that you have to have. So right now, yeah, we do not run on RT. For beta, we won't run on RT. I don't know if that'll ever change. But right now, we recommend the Surface Pro 2 spec-wise.
I can tell you, people want Project Spark on everything, so we got a game to make.
Yeah,
though, so.
I can't say how amazing it was just to be able to build a blackjack game on the Surface, wherever I was.
That is awesome.
All right, so we've got a light and flickering, and I guess we're getting close to wrapping up.
All right, I think this is gonna work.
All right,
We'll give her a go.
we'll learn the hard way and make it really dark. People want like super, like negative light.
All right, let me.
Negative light.
All right, world setting super dark, huh? That's about
All
as
right.
dark as it gets.
That's about as dark as it gets.
Unless we use the pitch black.
That's pretty dark. Whoa. He's on you right away. Blink, blink. Okay. Oh, where's your... Oh, he got you.
Well,
I don't
So
know.
we
Did he?
I'm not really sure what happened there. Let's see if I'm curious if this.
We're jumping the bear traps.
Oh, right.
Oh,
Jump with the other
don't
time.
jump, you cheater.
Oh, but my torch.
His torch went
Oh,
out.
and there's a
he's
shadow
on
behind
you,
me.
he's on you. Oh.
He's so fast. So we pretty much just made this impossible.
I like it. That's
Oh yeah, I like it
a horror
too.
game.
Yeah, it's scary.
Yeah, I'm scared. My God.
Cool.
Yeah, that is really pitch black.
Alex is crying for mercy. Slow him down. Slow
You
him
know,
down.
I can
This is
take it.
hard.
Oh, there he is.
Oh, he's coming. I saw him by the tree. Okay, he's gone.
Oh,
Look out.
my torch is out.
It is. Is it gonna come back on? There it is.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh,
Blink, blink. Oh.
Yeah.
This is a terrible horror game. what have we made?
We made the torture horror game.
Wow.
Pretty
This
much.
guy's gonna haunt you.
Yeah, I know what I'm dreaming about tonight. Yeah.
I'm gonna have nightmares now.
Templated guy.
All right, we gotta get to the cabin though.
All right. Well, what
Let
I'm
me
gonna
give it a
do.
try. Oh.
All right,
Oh, no.
Henry
All right.
thinks he's really
Oh
good.
wait, no, I want to see you do
All right,
this.
let's see.
No, that's
Oh, yeah.
it. That's what I wanted to see.
I don't even know where the bear traps are either. So.
Oh yeah, you only put
I think your odds of hitting a bear trap are pretty. Yeah. See. What are you gonna?
Oh crap!
what?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, all
He
right.
didn't go away when I blinked.
You didn't blink long enough.
Oh man!
Remember, you got to. We could shorten the duration, but then it's just like too easy.
I was chicken. I had to look. All right. Oh, he's coming.
Oh, he's stuck behind a tree.
I know. Let's
oh,
get
it's
rid of
cheap.
him. I think he's gone. All right, he's gone.
Oh, all right. Phew. All right.
Where's there's bear traps and I don't have a light.
Like, what is your torch made of? That it
I
just
don't
like
know.
it spontaneously combusts every like 10 seconds,
Yeah,
right? Like,
it's a beta torch.
Whoa,
You can't expect it to work all the time. Wow.
Oh, all right, you're there.
yeah. Oh, this is. Well, now I'd like want to see if I can do it like as is. Like,
I know, right? It's
So I'm gonna do it. Like,
hardcore.
where's that cabin? I'm just gonna go for the cabin. There it
He's
is.
so big, like.
Oh nope! I'm gonna kite him, and I'm gonna
Oh,
get
no,
stuck
you're
behind that
jumping. Oh,
log.
you're jumping.
Now he's just gonna be.
Can more than one of them spawn?
No, we fixed that.
Oh, we gotta
remember?
make more than one spawn.
Blame Vidian for that. Even
Yeah. Who said?
So we gotta- we
No,
should've-
thank you for that. I would have like 20 of them
There's
attacking
one
me.
coming behind you. We should have made the bear traps.
No, there is. Oh, shit.
Wait,
So there's
I told
more.
you, I told
So we
you.
didn't do something right. There's 2.
I told you there's more than
I'm gonna
one.
close my eyes. Oh, they're gone.
Oh,
crap.
wow.
Okay. Now your torch is out. Oh, you almost. Oh,
No.
no!
Oh, did I almost step on one?
You did.
Oh,
Oh, you made it.
oh no!
Oh, wait,
Oh, the hunter was a true monster all along. That was
This actually
the.
kind of works, yeah.
That was cool.
It needs a lot of tweaking, but yeah,
Oh.
that could be something.
Yeah, so they had a great idea. Make them destroy trees.
Oh man, we do have like a wood shatter effect.
Yeah, so when he bumps a tree, grab it from the gallery, because it'd be any tree, he'll just destroy right through the trees.
Let's do it.
I like how they want this harder.
yeah. Do you not see what this is?
It's like, then your soul falls out of your character and it's hidden in the dungeon and you have to get it back just like demon souls.
Yeah, we should just make Dark Souls.
And if you don't get your
Put
soul back,
bonfires.
all of your items in your gallery get deleted. Just like the pizza guys did.
Oh god. Yeah. Okay. Let's make him destroy trees.
Oh, I'm crying a little bit.
So
He's got such an imposing shadow. Like you just turn around and
the
it's
silhouetting's
all-
really nice.
it's all
So
black
we're just
and you're
going
like-
to do.
And then the only thing you can do is close your eyes and it goes darker.
No, that's really good. That's really clever. That way that works
Is there
out.
a way we can?
Yeah, so if you grab whichever tree is in there in the gallery, it would then work for every tree.
Right.
You
is
can
there-
tell it any object. For now.
Let's just
say
do
bump
that.
any object and that'll work for now.
Let's do that for now.
So just go into objects and then any.
Right. Let's see here. All objects.
All objects, yeah. So this is going to destroy all objects because we didn't want to relink to which of the trees it were. I don't know, whatever it is.
Whatever. So we're gonna do. So when we bump all objects, we're gonna first of all we are going to. Well, I guess we should.
I think
kill
we
it.
threw realism out the window a long time ago. I don't think we need the wood debris.
I think the trees would automatically. I think their
they
death
automatically set
effect
down
is
there.
probably already set to that. But let's try it and see what.
All right. So now he will smash through the trees. Whoa! Bring him over by a tree. Oh crap!
So.
Oh crap! Yep.
Yep.
they
Oh,
were
there's a
smashing through
splinter
the tree.
effect.
Oh!
They hit each other.
Oh!
They hit each other.
Oh wow!
That's right.
Oh man.
Because we put all objects. There's a shadow. I don't think it was coming. Yep, you got one behind you, and he's coming. Oh, crap.
Oh, he's just.
He's booking.
Oh, crap.
Oh.
Oh.
Did he destroy that
Close
tree?
your eyes, close your eyes.
The
Oh!
problem is they're like I'm looking at the one of them, but the one spawns behind me.
All right, so do this and put it in the dark. This is awesome.
Can I slow him down a little bit?
I'd say slow him down a little
I
bit.
don't. It's like not possible
I don't know.
anymore.
We should ask the chat.
Slow it down a
Yeah,
little
they're
bit.
gonna say to
speed it
speed it up. They're gonna be like,
Yeah, they're
let's,
like faster.
faster. Like
Can we do something fun when you get to the cabin, though?
we should.
We should do something fun.
How about just like the defenses pop up and they just like destroy all the monsters?
Oh, that'd be
Zed
cool.
says slow it down a little bit.
That'd be cool.
I trust what Zed says. You know,
I like that.
Let's
he went AFK and
Let's
missed the
do
best
something
part.
real quick. We have like 2 minutes when you get to the cabin.
Okay.
So this way we have some semblance of victory.
Cool.
And we need something to set up the sequel.
Yeah.
All good horror movies and games have sequels, right?
Let's do.
So this is the cool thing too, is we've said this before on the beginning, but like the cabin can just detect player. Like these things just work. This could be a rock, it could be a plant, it could be a cabin. This programming, the code, the visual language just works in anything. So you're just treating the cabin just like any other object. So detect player. What are we gonna do?
Well, part of me just wants to be like just really mean. It just like sinks into the ground.
You know what we could do is like the Rocky Horror Picture Show. The cabin could be a spaceship and rise off and take you with it.
Take you with it. We can. Yeah, actually, let's. So this is going to be kind of like on the fly, but let's just do this. So when detect player.
I did sort of semi-spoil the end of Rocky Horror, but if you
I
haven't
was
seen it
gonna
by
say,
now,
Dude, I
I've
was
seen it by now.
just gonna Netflix that.
That's
but thanks for
where are the
ruining it.
attach tiles at?
It's in equipment. It's in items.
Items.
Attached. Yeah.
Oop, there it was. Attachment. Attach.
You could do that, or you could say something like when the player bumps it, move his position to it, or something. I don't know. It's a little bit more than 2 minutes probably to get him to stick to it. Let's see. Maybe.
If this, you know, we'll. You know.
All right, let's see if this works.
I was looking for movement.
Yeah.
There it is.
You're gonna make sure you need to do flying if you're gonna go up too.
Yes, that is correct. Move modifiers.
All right, this will be interesting.
Flying. Yeah.
Not only did we roll
I
without
don't know what's gonna
the
happen.
build, we didn't get our assets that we expected, but I think we made a pretty cool game.
You know,
Mike is just typing away.
we'll do our best.
Probably
Okay.
insulting me. Hang on, I gotta scroll back up.
Let's go.
I actually said nice
Anybody
things.
wants to get a dump of the chat and let me know all the bad things Mike said about me?
Oh man, yeah. See, that's the good thing is nobody can go back and review chat.
Oh, I forgot to darken it.
This is too
oh, well.
light.
Yeah, I can't leave it like that.
You know, if we had the other asset stuff, we could have added fog.
That's what I was thinking.
I know.
It's like you want to put fog in there and have it like
You guys got to see it next week. Fog, screams, heartbeats,
the whole 9 yards.
corn, fields. That's
Corn fields?
Yeah, corn and fields. Yeah. All right, here we go.
Okay.
I should have made those bear traps giant and insta-kill. So you're not intimidated by the bear traps. It's these guys. These guys are just too intimidating. Whoa, hey, not long enough. You pulled a me. I think they got you.
No.
They got me.
All right, one more try.
It's because I did.
I just want to see.
Clearly
I
didn't
just want
fix
to see
that
if the
bug.
cabin works now.
All right, I'm just gonna book it for the cabin and hope that they don't catch me. There it is.
Because you made them slow. That's not.
Yeah, I made them kind of.
Oh, they're coming.
Except they spawn and.
That's right, they're coming.
Okay.
And they're gonna go through the trees.
Ah.
You safe for now?
I'm not sure what to do. This door. It needs to be a flashlight, so like that makes sense.
That's true.
It's just like
Yeah, that's
what am I
right.
like? Am I like flint and steel, like trying to
Out of
relight it?
everything else, you're
Like-
getting hung up on that one.
I know, right? He
It's
buys
a-
everything.
It's a MacGuffin, don't worry about it. Oh, you're almost there. See, slowing the guy down is a mistake. Oh, look, you got by the trap.
I got
my trap.
Oh no! Oh no! 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 So
the
close!
trap's
So
gonna
close!
work. Go! Oh, you're sort of attached.
I got
but it's not
attached, but
moving.
it's not. It's not going up.
It's not.
No, man.
That's kind of a letdown.
Yeah, you almost made it. All right, should we wrap up?
Oh, they're destroying the building. That's fantastic. Oh, that was a great suggestion. And they killed each other because we.
Oh,
that
man.
up.
That is some
You're
fun
gonna be
stuff.
attached to one floating crate.
And my laptop's dying, too.